Saturday, the 26th of March, and things are getting pretty busy here in the greenhouse. There's a lot of preparation for today, and today we're doing just like the start of everything. This is everything that we're doing early, and we're starting with leeks and onions and some herbs and a few flowers, just everything that needs to be done super early. So if you are thinking about having a garden, maybe wanting to try planting some seeds, now would be a good time for anything early. Again, there's some great guides on the internet which you can take a look at. I tend to make things a little more complicated, of course. And I have this lovely spreadsheet that I've made a little smaller so it can fit on here. But there's like 10 pages of all the different seeds and how many, and I've put down when I'm going to plant. So basically I go in and highlight it. You find a page that's highlighted. Those are the ones that I've picked from my seeds. And this is what I'm planting today. I just did one thing of leeks. There's 40 in each one of the, let me see, in each one of these. Should be 40 there. So I think I want 80 leeks. And in each one I'm putting more than one. What I've taken is this container, I'm putting my growing medium in it. And I'm adding some perlite and some water, which I have to haul right now because I want to take a chance putting the hose on right now, right? Which makes sense. So I'm lugging it. You can probably see some wood in the background there. And that is for our heat source. So Andrew's in charge of that. However, I will be in charge of it about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I come outside. So yes, I'm dedicated to growing our own food completely. But listen, I really want to encourage everyone, even if you've never done this before, especially if you've never done this before, to try. You don't have to start your own seeds. You can purchase the starter gardens like what I make for other people, but you don't have to get it from me. Get it wherever you're at. But if anything that you can contribute to your own household, that you are producing, be a producer, it's always good, right? And you know where it came from. And there's a whole lot of pride in that. And I don't know if that's what appeals to me. I don't know. All I know is I love it. And I love being out here in the greenhouse and getting my hands in the dirt. And I mean, it's proven to lift your spirits. So I don't know. I just really encourage you. And if you want to hang around and watch me do this, I need to add a little more dirt here. I need to add it to my tray. And this is my fun for a Saturday afternoon or a Monday night or whenever I can get out here. I'll be out here a lot more, so you'll be able to see all the changes that happen in the greenhouse. I absolutely love it, and the dog is usually always right with me when I'm doing it. His name is Hayes, and he's very dedicated. So yeah, feel free to watch me, and I'll get some more dirt, which is underneath here. Oh, it's heavy too. So this is when I get on my muscles because, whoa, using some Pro Mix here. I think I've broken something. Okay. How many things can I do at once? I don't know about you, but I can only do one. Okay. So doing all this, as I said before, gives me a sense of accomplishment. And when I bring it in the house, everything that we have grown and we eat it, even more of a sense of accomplishment, right? There's nothing like doing that for yourself. I mean, even acknowledging that the different farmers that sell their food, all the hard work that's gone into it. I don't know, for me it's a labor of love, right? I like to make all my concoctions, and it just makes me feel like I'm really giving back to my family, you know. And when I hand you I don't know, dehydrated thing of herbs, or look, I have the dirt already, or a nice canned tomato sauce, or whatever it is that I'm handing you, or that anybody, if you're so lucky enough to get some, I just really hope that people really appreciate how much time and effort has gone into making that for you. I don't know, but I do all this for my heart. I'm just gonna cry because I just love it so much. I do it for my heart, and you know, in a world where you can just go and buy something, and that's fine too, because that's also given from your heart. I just like to do it as much as I can from the ground up, because I appreciate nature and being in it and doing this. See, moving dirt around. Very meditative for me, and it's very, I don't know, healing, I would say. Here's my tray. So as I'm doing this, I'm just talking your ear off. Just gonna put it right, I think you can see in the trays there. I don't know, it's just very healing. And even if you start off at the point where the seedlings are already done and you're putting them in to your garden, also very healing, going out there and looking after something. I mean, my kids are gone. They're gone. What am I gonna nurture now besides the dog? The dog is a bit of a suck, so I need something else to nurture, and this is gonna be my plants. You know, but it's super rewarding, I'll tell you that. And I think the big thing is just deciding, you know, if it seems intimidating, take a look at, you know, what do you eat? What are you always buying from the grocery store? If you can supplement that from your garden, you're ahead of that food chain, right? And if there's any problems with that food chain, it's not going to affect you. Just make sure that you can get those plants or save your seeds. I try to save as many seeds as I can. I still end up buying a lot, but that's okay. I like to support some local companies with that. Well, actually, not a local company, but I think it is a family-run company. I do like, here's a plug that I'm not paid for, TNT Seeds. I believe they're in Alberta, are they? I'm not sure. They are Manitoba TNT Seeds. This company is amazing. Anyway, just one that I found that I really, really like. I get great service there. And they have a lot of what I need. So as I was saying, find what you eat. Like, what do you eat? Like, we eat a lot of tomatoes. So apparently I thought that 350 tomato plants was accurate. You know what? I wasn't far off. As much work as it was, I'm coming home after my day job and canning or dehydrating or doing whatever I was doing with them. Yeah, it was fun. I was tired, but it was worth it, and I still have some of those jars, but by the time that my tomatoes this year are ready, those will be depleted. And I'll tell you something, I didn't buy any tomato sauce this year. There's no way, I'm too stubborn. I'm using every one of those jars, or actually I ran out of time at the end of last year, and I ended up freezing just Ziploc bags of the cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes did amazing last year, which I really loved. We had different kinds of tomatoes last year, but cherry tomatoes are great to just pull out of the freezer, out of that Ziploc bag. Sorry, I'm gonna make noise here. Maybe move this around. It needs to settle, right? So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the cherry tomatoes. Do you feel like we're just having a visit? Because I feel like we're just having a visit here. Hi, haven't seen you in a while. Anyway, the cherry tomatoes are so good to pull out of the freezer, and I just put them in whole. I wash them and I put them in whole, but in like January, you pull them out, and I put them in my chili. They're amazing. I don't have to cross them, nothing. I just take them, throw them in my chili pot, and they'll cook. And they do, and they give it like a nice, give it a bit of a sweet flavor. Not too sweet, but I don't know, there's just, I can't seem to replicate that from anything from the grocery store. Those cherry tomatoes that we grow are just, there's just something about them. They're, of course I'm gonna say they're amazing, but I really feel like they're amazing, those cherry tomatoes. And the flavor is incredible. So even if you don't think that you eat enough produce to make your own, how about tomatoes? Tomatoes are amazing. Even some herbs like some basil. If you do like tomato and basil and some lettuce, even some radish, take a look at what you eat. I mean, we eat everything, excuse me, except for eggplant because I'm allergic to it, but we eat all of them because we're plant-based, of course. I'm just using this. You could use a pen if you wanted to, and you don't have to use like a big tray like me. Save some of your pods from the year before. I actually ask people to save these for me, so then it cut down on my costs and it makes things so much easier, and you're recycling, right? Like I feel like if I'm using this, then it's not going into a landfill. So yes, I love these. Do as much as we can for the environment, right? Like you could use a pen. I just want a little bit of a hole, not too deep. You take a look at your seed and see how big your seed is, and that's a good indicator of how deep you're going to actually be putting it in the soil. So I know that I'm doing leeks. It's a relatively small seed, and it's just going to go down just a little bit. If it was a bigger seed, it would go down a little bit farther. And you know this, you don't even have to look at the instructions to know this. But if you're doing something that is like really, really small, like you can barely see the seed, it's just gonna go right on top, and you're just gonna lightly put a little bit of the dirt over top of it. So it all comes down to the seed and how much energy it has to use in order to break the surface, right? And then continue on. So you'll notice that my soil is a little bit wet. I put water with it, which is great, which means that just means like it's all nice and it has a good amount of water in it. It's not soaking wet. You can see it, it's still like broken up. So that just means I won't have to water it right now, and it's going to keep everything nice and saturated how we want it. And I'm going to put a couple of these in each one, because you know what, you never know, maybe one will go, one won't. Maybe I'll get two, and then I'm extra lucky, double lucky. Just using my fingers to release them there. Leeks are wonderful. So last year I dehydrated some and I froze some. I did everything I could. I put them in sauces. You know, I put them in, it was, I like to do navy beans. I do like a maple navy bean. Okay, I do have stuff in my hair. Did I finish? Okay. I do a maple navy bean, and instead of using onions, I like to use leeks. And they come out amazing. And I like just that little difference. I also will cut up the whole end of the stalk. And with the end of the stalk, it's, goodness. See, I'm talking and I'm forgetting if I've done this row or not. I could have a whole bunch or nothing here. I guess we'll see as they start to grow. So I cut it all the way up the stalk, and I will use it that way, which is great. I also do that with onions, and I will leave the onion in the ground actually, and just cut the stalk and just like this far up from the stalk and leave the onion in, and then I will cut the top, the green part, and I dehydrate that. I could freeze them too, I suppose. There's just so much that you can do with vegetables. I'm just using them all because I feel like it. I do a lot of this by intuition, and it's whatever I feel. I feel like it's telling me, nope, I want to grow. So I'm just gonna take my fingers and put it right in the dirt and cover them up. I don't know if you can see me doing that. It's raining. I don't know if you can hear that on the top of the greenhouse there. So I'm just lightly covering these up. Don't have to water them. Everything's already kind of like it's wet already. It's going to be enough for it to germinate. So I will water it probably tomorrow night. And it's going to get nice and warm in the greenhouse. And you know, you don't have to have a greenhouse to do this. You can do this in your front window. And you don't have to do 80 leeks. You can do a few. You can do 6, right? You can do your onions. You could do like 6 of them. So, and put them in a nice sunny place. Why not? Try it. What do you have to lose, really? The seeds don't really cost that much money. They're reasonable. If I had to buy all of these leeks, it would cost me a lot of money. I'm just gonna write it down. I need to buy some batteries for my, I was so excited. I have a label maker this year, and I've been fooling around with it so much that when I went to use it and I really need it, there are no batteries, and I'm not going out today because I'm dedicated to be in here. So what do I need? I need don't mind me, just a marker. So sometime this week I will get some batteries. There you go. There are the leeks. I'm gonna take my little tray and hope I don't fall. And put them over here because that's where the heat, most of the heat's gonna be at night. And did I mention I'm gonna be up in the middle of the night making it warm in here? Okay. There we go. Leeks, love them. Okay, my friends, I'm showing a little bit of what I'm doing in here today, and it's peaceful for me. And yes, I'm doing large quantities, and I should probably mention that I'm going to be doing starter gardens again this year. And in the starter garden, 10 plants, tomato, kale, zucchini, sweet peppers, thyme, peas, green beans, yellow beans, although I'm waiting for the beans from TNT Seeds because apparently everybody wants those this year, so I might have to swap those out for something. A sunflower, and some lettuce. So to me, it just takes the guesswork out of the intimidation of what do I even plant and where do I start. And again, if you want that, we'll deliver that anywhere in Durham region for you, just because we're so, well, I'm so excited that anybody wants to actually try this. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, we'll do the starter gardens this year, and I might let you know what else I might have at that time, only because this is a lot of work, and I don't know if everything's even gonna germinate. Like, it's like faith, you know? Either you have it or you don't, and I really feel like you need to have faith for these seeds to grow. I'm putting all my my love and my hope and my attention to them, and it's kind of like kids. You just kind of hope. You do everything you can and hope everything turns out well. Anyway, I truly hope that you are doing exactly what makes you happy. I definitely am. It's a little bit messy, but hey, life is messy, right? I'll keep doing these updates, and I guess we'll see you guys soon, and you can see how everything evolves this year. So take care of yourselves. Until next time.